Well, hello, and thank you for joining the Washtenaw County Road Commission's virtual construction information meeting about the bridge replacement project planned at Main Street, Whitmore Lake in Northfield Township. Today, I'll go over some meeting instructions before turning it over to staff for the presentation about the project, and then we'll open the meeting up for your questions and answers. The meeting audio and video is being recorded and will be posted to the project page on wcroads.org in the next day or two. After the presentation, you will be asked to virtually raise your hand during the Q&A. I'll provide instructions at the time on how to do this from either your computer, the Zoom app, or your phone. The chat feature for this meeting is turned on, and if you have questions on the presentation, please feel free to ask it in the chat to the host. We will address your questions and we will address all of your comments and questions during the Q&A portion. You can find the chat window at the bottom of your screen. Joining me today is project manager Kevin Dubnicki. He's in charge of this project, and now I'll turn it over to Kevin. Floor is yours, Kevin.
Thanks, Tiffany. My name is Kevin Dubnicki. I'm with Washtenaw County Road Commission. I'll be the project manager for this project. Next slide. The project is located on Main Street, located near the intersection of Jennings Road, as shown on the plan. Next screen.
Sure.
The existing bridge is on Main Street, was built in 1920 and is at the end of its service life. Currently, there's a pedestrian path on the west side of the bridge, and it is a concrete bridge construction with asphalt overlay. Next picture, please. After the bridge has been removed, a cofferdam will be constructed, and it will allow for placement of foundations and abutment walls below the water table as shown in the picture on the left. After the foundations have been constructed, tub girders supporting the bridge will be placed, and the deck will have steel reinforcement placed and ready for the concrete deck to be poured, which is the photo on the right-hand side. Next slide. The bridge section will consist of a concrete deck and raised concrete sidewalk located on the west side of the roadway, and will utilize tub girders for the structural support. Next picture. The completed bridge will look similar to this example, except that a raised sidewalk will be constructed on the west side of the bridge. Funding and cost for this was that local agency bridge program was 80%. Michigan Transportation Funds, MTF funds, was 20%. Estimated construction cost was $2.2 million for this project. The bridge will be closed to all through traffic, and the detour will be posted. The bridge will be completely removed, and the detour will go around the closure. Next slide. The road closure of the detour is estimated to start mid-June 2026. The current date is June 22nd, but it is still flexible, but that's why we're saying mid-June. Open to traffic date is October of 2026. Part of the temporary and detour traffic, they will be closing the main road at Jennings Road here, as shown on the photo. There will be a temporary road shown in green on the photo with temporary traffic signals, as shown in the picture to the right. Next photo, please. This shows the general project limits on there, where the bridge is being closed at. The main cross streets on here, East Shore to North Main Street, Jennings Road, and where the construction's at. I think most people are familiar with the area, 6 miles to the south. Next slide, please. The proposed detour, if you were on the north side of the bridge, will be going to north up to 8 Mile Road, getting on 23 south and coming back around to 6 Mile Road and back up to Main Street, and just the opposite if you're on the south side trying to get to the north side. Find out more project information. at wcroads.org and subscribe to, well, actually, is this back to you, Tiffany, or my contact information's on here, Kevin Dubnicki with my phone number and email address. Please feel free to reach out with any additional questions on that.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah, so
I got
I'll
a little
take
ahead of
over.
myself, Wolf.
Yes, you got a little ahead of you. That's okay. That's okay. All information is great here. So here, I'm going to actually work and go to the I'm going to show you and go out of the presentation here so that you can see me. We're going to show you in the I have questions. I'm going to get to your questions in 1 second, but I do want to show how to get to this page on our website. So I'm going to come out of the presentation here. This is our website, and I'm going to come out of the presentation and show you how to do that. And bear with me there. And here we are. So you can still see that, right, Kevin?
Yes.
Okay. When you go and you search our website, it's wcroads.org. Once you go to our website, and this is our homepage, to find this project, you'll go to Road Work and Construction, Current Projects. Once you click on that, you'll arrive to this project page. It's very robust. We're working a lot to show the public what we're doing all the way to 2028. And it's also interactive. So the map is interactive. You can click on segments here and you can actually see that work being done, traffic signal work being done, and you can scroll out and that kind of thing. But this is where I want to show you. The map is interactive. You can look at that as well, and you just click on more info and it will take you to the project page. But for that, I'm going to scroll down. Also, you can scroll down the page and you can find this project, which is the Main Street Bridge Replacement page, Northfield Township. Also, so here you'll go on the page, you'll see the map of the project, you'll see between where the location of it, the township, the year it's being, the work is being done, and there's a lot of information there. We'll actually change this to Kevin. Kevin's information will be there. And so here you'll find that the project announcement, pictures of the bridge. We will do all kinds of updates here to tell you how the project is moving along. We advise for you to sign up for our road updates here on the email. Put your email in, put your name in and your zip code, and then you can click on whichever townships you would like. You can click on our weekly roadwork schedule. I'll show you that in 1 second. And then this project is the Main Street Bridge project here. So if you would like information on that, that's where you would go, and then you would hit subscribe after that. And then as far as the weekly roadwork schedule, we always like to tell our viewers and the audience that we update our weekly roadwork schedule. This is work happening right now. If you hit this here, you can go alphabetical by township, and you can see all the work happening from the lane restrictions, the dates, what type of work it is, and who to contact when you have questions. We do all of our townships here for information. We put a few MDOT projects on there just for information, but we would not be the ones running that project. You would call MDOT, the Brighton office there. So again, the contact information is there on the side if you have any questions about those projects. Now I'm going to go back into our presentation and open this up now for our Q&A. So if you're viewing this meeting on your computer, first make sure to click join the audio. You can raise your hand by clicking the participants or reactions button at the bottom of your screen, and then the raise your hand button. If you dialed into the meeting from your phone, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. As the meeting host, I will unmute participants with raised hands one at a time, and I will announce your username or last four digits of your phone number when it is your turn to speak. We are happy to answer as many questions as possible, but please be respectful of each other's time. If you have a question that's already been answered or you've been called upon, you can lower your hand by clicking the lower hand button or dialing *9. Okay, I have a few questions in the chat, so we're going to get going. Actually, I have one question, a hand raised first. So we'll go with the hand raised, and then I'll go with the chat questions. 1 second. I'm going to ask you to unmute Northfield Library. Go ahead.
Hi, good morning. I was just wondering what, if anything, in the way of signage is going to happen to kind of detour traffic that generally exits 23 at 6 Mile to go through town as a shortcut.
There'll be signage and type 3 barricades that we place at the appropriate locations, such as on Main Street out there, that the road will be closed to through traffic on there. We can place the signs. Unfortunately, not everybody reads the signs. And so there may be, and there will highly likely be for a short period of time, people who get off thinking that they can traverse using the Main Street route, but they will have to turn around and go back the opposite direction. So there will be posted. We unfortunately can't enforce anybody from not driving around the soft closures, is what I'll call it, for the no through traffic signs until they get to the hard closure, which is going to be up by the bridge.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to have you lower your hand. Okay, so one of the questions in the chat is, do we have any projected dates for the closures and completions?
So right now, the contractor is intending on starting the road closure on June 22nd. They're going to start working on the demolition work shortly thereafter. They'll be mobilizing equipment and cranes and other things needed for the projects, including constructing the temporary roadway over to Jennings Road off of Main Street so that they can keep the flow of traffic moving through there. The project completion date is the end of October. So June 22nd to the end of October is what we're anticipating for the construction. The contractor could not start work any sooner than this due to eagle requirements and working in the actual creek itself. So they are starting as soon as they can, as soon as eagle will let them, to be able to get the bridge construction completed. So June 22nd to the end of October.
Can you tell the public what is eagle for those who may not know?
Now I'm going to forget what the abbreviation. It is the governing agency for the state of Michigan who ensures that the environmental impacts from the construction projects are kept to a reasonable minimum or state levels. And so in this case, one of the reasons that Eagle has said for the permits that we're not allowed to start is for spawning season for fish is what it comes down to. So they don't want the creek beds to be disturbed and a lot of silt and other materials flowing in the channel as that is occurring. So it is set up to be able to be environmentally friendly as much as possible to the species that are in and along the creek.
Thank you. Okay. So what happens to the water that flows under the bridge?
The water is going to continue to flow through there. It is the coffer dams that I mentioned are essentially mini dams that are going to be constructed using sheet piles that are going to outline the construction area for the foundations. By driving these sheet piles that are interlocked, they're going to create a dry area in space where they can excavate down to the appropriate depth and be able to construct the foundations and build up from there. So the main channel will remain open. We will have sheet pile coffer dams on either side of the bridge where the foundations are at.
Thank you. It says, what hours of the day will the construction be taking place for noise concerns?
Generally speaking, and I'll have to talk to the contractor on their plan, but generally speaking, we're looking at they usually start around 7 a.m. and then go to, let's say, 5 or 6. What it comes down to is that generally 7 to 7. It's actually what I've been corrected at, 7 to 7, and they'll be following any noise ordinances for the area.
Okay, thank you. Also, my neighbor and myself have our gas lines running under the bridge, and we were told it was going to be moved. Is there a timeline on that?
We're working with Consumers Energy right now. They are working to find a bypass option for this. It will be relocated. It must be relocated for the construction of the bridge, and Consumers is working on that fix right now.
Okay. It says, Jacqueline says, provide more information about replacing the walkway on the bridge.
Um, the existing walkway is a separate entity, a separate bridge, essentially next to or connected to the existing bridge. That is going to um, be replaced with a integrated. You can go to the plans as well. If you scroll up, let's go to which item is it? It is number 10. If you go to that, there we go. So on the left-hand side of the screen, you can see an area where there's a 6-foot sidewalk that is going to be constructed as part of the bridge. There'll be two, generally speaking, 6-foot wide shoulders and 12-foot lanes in the bridge. So this is the cross section that is going to be on the bridge once it is constructed. So it will be a concrete sidewalk that will be on the west side of the bridge.
Thank you. Did you state there will be temporary road for Main Street or a roadway detour?
The Main Street will be closed down. There will be no temporary roadway that is going to be going around the bridge, if you will. It will be a full detour. The temporary roadway that I mentioned was only for Jennings Road to be able to access the residential communities that are back in that area.
Are there any plans for a temporary walkway to allow pedestrians to traverse the Horseshoe Lake outlet?
No, there's not anything that is planned to cross the outlet.
Thank you, Jackie. Michigan, it's the Michigan Department of Environmental Great Lakes Energy. Yes, Eagle. She put that in the chat. Do you have a downloadable map, PDF, or PNG for the intended detour, both southbound and northbound? Alexis asked that. Alexis, we will post those on our webpage. Actually, it should be on the webpage right now, I believe. And you want a downloadable one, I believe we can provide that if you send me a direct message to me so I can get your email, that would be great. Let's see. I have another question here. Is there any plan to add crossbars and signals for the train that crosses in that area?
The railroad tracks and that portion of it is not part of our scope of work. That would be done by the railroad. That we are not going back into the pavement and back that far to do anything with the railroad. No.
We have a primary care clinic and a food pantry at the corner of Jennings and Brookside. Will this temporary road be able to accommodate this?
It will be accommodating for all traffic moving through there, yes.
Tom says school bus transportation will be able to access Jennings, Hillcrest, Brookside streets, correct?
Yes.
That's so far. Those are all my questions that I have in the chat. I don't know if you have any, Kevin?
I don't have any new ones that you had not already gone through.
Okay. Oh, 1 second. I don't know if I just got one. Alexis said she will send me an email shortly. You're from I think the Humane Society there, I believe. Let's see. I think so. Okay. Well, thank you. But I want to go over the detour again. Can you just go over the detour again there, Kevin, so people are clear on the detour?
From the Main Street Bridge, if you are on the north side of the bridge, you're going to continue on Main Street up to the 8 Mile Road. believe it's a roundabout there to be able to get to the highway of 23. Generally, the main detour is utilizing 23 northbound and southbound. So if you're on the north side of the bridge, you're going to make your way north to US 23, head south back to 6 Mile Road, exit there, and then traverse your way back north on Main Street to get to the opposite side of the bridge, and reverse that. If you were on the south side of the bridge, you're going to head south to 6 Mile Road over to 23, take that northbound to the 8 Mile Road exit. And then you're going to head east onto Main Street and get yourself back to the opposite side if you were so choosing to go just from each side of the bridge.
Thank you, Kevin. So just wanted to go over that one more time. This is Kevin's information. If you have any questions or would like any information going forward, Kevin is the project manager. His number is 734-327-6693. You can also reach him at Dubnicki. That's DUBNICKIK at WCRoads.org is his email for any questions regarding this project. And obviously, please go to our website. I've put it in the chat. I don't have any other questions right now. We've gone through our Q&A. This is the project for the Main Street Whitmore Lake bridge replacement project in Northfield Township. Again, that's Kevin's number there. And then we're going to wrap it up. If you have any questions, please feel free to call us. Our number, Kevin's number is there. And thank you and have a great day.